This time I want you to answer these questions first before you watch the whole video. We're going to answer whether y equals negative x squared minus 2x plus 3 opens up or down, find the coordinates of the vertex, both x and y, find the equation of the axis of symmetry, find the y-intercept, find the coordinates of the x-intercepts, and then sketch the graph. So what I would like you to do is get a piece of scratch paper and pause this recording right now, and then when you come back you can see me do the rest of the problem. So this problem here, you have the negative in front of the x squared, so remember that means that the parabola will now open down, which means it will have this shape. And to find the vertex, again, we're going to do the opposite of b divided by 2a. So you have the opposite of negative 2, that's a positive 2, divided by, already, the opposite of negative 2, divided by 2 times negative 1. So there are a lot of negative signs here. Opposite of a negative 2 is a positive 2, divided by negative 2, which gives you negative 1. So the x-coordinate of the vertex is negative 1. And then remember, we're going to plug that negative 1 in for x here and here. So you have the opposite of negative 1 squared. So when x is negative 1, you still have that negative out in front. This exponent here does not affect the negative that's out in front here, but it does affect the negative 1. Then I have minus 2 times negative 1, minus 2 times x, which is negative 1, plus 3. This is the y value for the vertex. So this negative 1 squared is a positive 1, but you have another negative in front, which makes negative 1. You have a negative 2 times a negative 1, which is going to be positive 2 plus 3. This is negative 1 plus 2 is 1, plus 3 more is 4, so the y-coordinate of your vertex is at 4. Your axis of symmetry is just x equals this number here, x equals negative 1. The y-intercept is just the c value here. Remember, the coordinates will be 0, 3. And then to find the x-intercepts, we're going to have to factor this thing and solve it. Set equal to 0. So if I plug 0 in for y, I'm trying to solve 0 is equal to negative x squared minus 2x plus 3. Now when I solve equations like this, I like to have the number in front of the x squared be positive. So what you could do is either factor negative 1 out, or because it's an equation, you can actually multiply both sides of your equation by negative 1. So on the left-hand side, that's just 0, and the negative 1 is going to change all of these signs to their opposites. So you get a positive x squared plus 2x minus 3. So we can solve this by factoring again. If you would like to use your diamond, 1 times negative 3 on top, 2 on the bottom. Looks like a positive 3 times a negative 1, multiply to be negative 3, and add to be positive 2. So this means it factors into an x plus 3, x minus 1. And if I set each of those factors equal to 0, x plus 3 equals 0, x minus 1 equals 0, I get either x equals negative 3 or x equals positive 1. So those are my x-intercepts at negative 3, 0, and at 1, 0. And now we should be able to sketch the graph. So I will start with the vertex at negative 1, 4. That's 1 to the left, and 1, 2, 3, 4 up. And I will draw in my axis of symmetry a line at x equals negative 1, so this vertical line right here. And then my at y-intercept, 0, 3, 0 right or left, 1, 2, 3 up. Then I have a symmetry point on this side at negative 2, 3. And then my x-intercepts at negative 3, 0, and 1, 0. Again, everything should look symmetric. If you have points that are not symmetric with respect to your axis of symmetry, then you probably made a mistake somewhere. So now I can sketch my parabola in, comes up, hits the vertex, comes back down. Remember, it keeps on going in this direction, so I put arrows there. And that is the graph of y equals negative x squared minus 2x plus 3.